What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. Hope that everybody is having a wonderful Friday and a gorgeous weekend. Listen, Chris Brown has been denied bail by the UK judge in Manchester, and he will remain in their jail. There's a picture of the Manchester jail in the UK until June 13th. Let's go ahead and get into this story. The R&B singer is facing an allegation of causing grievous bodily harm with intent and has been charged. He is accused of attacking music producer Abraham Dewall with a bottle at the Tape nightclub in central London. This incident allegedly occurred back in February 2023. During a hearing at the Manchester's Magistrate Court, prosecutor Hannah Nichols said that Brown had committed, quote, an unprovoked attack with a weapon in a nightclub full of people, end quote. She told the court that Brown struck Mr. Dewall, I hope I'm saying his name right, with a bottle several times, then allegedly chased the victim and proceeded to punch and kick him in an attack caught on CCTV. Brown arrived at the dock, flanked by court officials. His hair was bleach blonde and he wore sweatpants and a black t-shirt. He spoke to confirm his name and date of birth, but did not enter a plea. District Judge Joanne Hurst said that the alleged offense was, quote, too serious to be dealt with in her court, and she sent the case to London's Southwark Crown Court. That's interesting. Okay. So Brown will next appear for a plea in a trial preparation hearing in the Capitol on June 13th after a bail application was denied. The 36-year-old was arrested at a hotel in Manchester in the early hours of Thursday by detectives from the Metropolitan Police. Brown's global tour is due to begin in the Netherlands on June 8th, which unfortunately he'll still be behind bars. He is also scheduled to perform at the Manchester's Co-op Live Arena on June 15th. Prior to the court hearing, CPS London North, the Deputy Chief Crown Prosecutor Adele Kelly said, quote, the Crown Prosecution Service reminds all concerned that criminal proceedings against this defendant are active and that he has the right to a fair trial. It is extremely important that there should be no reporting, commentary, or sharing of information online which could in any way prejudice these proceedings, end quote. Brown's representatives have been contacted for comment. So listen, the magistrate in Manchester said that the accusation of the alleged incident was too serious for her court. So she kicked it up to London. Now that is very interesting. And unfortunately for Chris Brown, he was supposed to begin his tour in the Netherlands on June 8th, but he will still be behind bars. They're not going to let him out until June 13th because they denied his bail. This is quite interesting. So I don't know, like I said, I don't know what is going to happen, but he was also scheduled to perform at Manchester's Co-op Live Arena on June 15th. So, and who knows if he'll be let out on June 15th, right? Because they, already denied his bail once. So I don't know if that's going to be considered, breach of contract, or if he's going to have to eat that cost and, refund the people their money. This is a mess. But listen, again, you cannot continuously be violent toward people and harm people and think that you're just going to get away with it, because they, over in the UK and Europe, they have a whole different set of laws. They don't allow the pow-pows, so frequently like they do, of course, over here. In their country, and, it's safer for it. So when you're going over there attacking people allegedly with bottles and chasing them down the street, of course you're going to be caught on CCTV. I'm surprised there's not more footage going, around the internet, because as Everyone knows, including Chris Brown, that he is an international superstar. That's just not smart. You know what I mean? For you to be outside chasing people with broken bottles and thinking that, because you didn't hear about it 2 years, or it happened 2 years ago, I should say, um, that it was just going to be let go or swept under the rug. And now he's sitting behind bars, as a repercussion of his actions. Listen, I've said it before. Um, some people call it karma. I guess it depends on what religion you're in. I know the Buddhists call it karma. I'm a Christian, so I say, the law of sowing and reaping. But whatever you want to name it, it's like whatever you put out, right? I feel like we all have souls, we're all spiritual beings. Whatever you put out into the world is going to eventually come back to you, whether it's good, whether it's bad, whether it's indifferent. I haven't been on this earth that long, but I've been on this earth long enough to know that even in my own life, I've seen that the things that I've done that are good have come back to me tenfold. The things that I've done that are bad have come back to me tenfold. Like no one is above um, the consequences of our own actions. And it might not happen, to be honest, oftentimes it doesn't happen right away. I feel like you're blessed if it does. When you were younger, and I guess it depends on, what parenting style that you grew up with. But if your parents said, I'm going to do X, Y, and Z, that anticipation oftentimes, or just thinking about it, was even worse than the punishment, in and of itself. Like Chris, not only now is sitting behind bars because he was denied bail, but from something that happened 2 years ago. But now he's not going to be able to fulfill the terms of his contract and performing, you know, on June 8th. And who knows what's going to happen on June 15th. I'll let you guys know, if I get an update. But this is a mess. It was totally preventable. And it was just a bad judgment call on Chris Brown's part. So now instead of making money in the UK, he's going to be out of a bag, right? Because of the concert tickets that he's not going to be able to have a show to perform. And also, he's going to have to spend money on lawyers to try to get him out of jail. This is a mess. But again, bad decisions are almost, you know, they cost you so much in the end. Hopefully, and I mean that because he's 36 years old. Like hopefully he learns from this and he can finally learn to keep his hands to himself. We'll see. I don't know, but I'm hopeful. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Enjoy your weekend, Aces. Bye.